Here's the extremely long-awaited video of me going to the World Oddity Expo here in Richmond, Virginia this year. I think this was back in March. I just never felt like I got really any good clips or anything, and I wasn't talking because I have like bad social anxiety when it comes to vlogging around people. But here's some really cool stuff. This right here are like fairies inside of photo cases, and then that little unicorn was really cool. And then this is the whole display in itself. There was so many cool things, you guys. Here's where butterflies. These were all real butterflies at one, like obviously they're real, but they were alive at one point. This thing was very interesting. There was more than just like, bugs and animals and reptiles. There was a lot of arts and crafts and things that people make. And there was a snake and some resin. Here were little shark heads. I mean, there was so many amazing things here. And a lot of people as well. Those were mice with little baby doll faces, and that mouse just had its middle finger up. The things are just so outrageously cool here. You've got butterflies with crystals. I mean, just a lot of cool stuff. And here's some interpretive dancing that they did. It was interesting, to say the least. This right here was a little extra spot that you had to pay. I think it was $5 to get into. It was just like, animals and stuff that were born with defects, and just like here was a goat that was, I don't know, like a conjoined goat or something like that. It was so weird. This had like it's something with its brain. It grew with a really big brain, and that's what the skull looked like. Absolutely insane. There was a cyclops cow. Oh my god, I don't even know. Like, I wonder if this stuff was real, honestly. You wonder sometimes, like, are they just making you pay for this, or are these like real things? Because I don't know. I feel like they'd be in a museum somewhere else, not here. I know that definitely wasn't real. That two-headed goat, that looked fake as I don't know what in person. Now, that cow might have been real because, taxidermy and stuff, but that was a cool little section. Here was some interpretive dancing again. I'll let you guys watch this. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think tickets for this were about like $10 or $15. I can't quite remember. And I was begging my friend to go right before we went. And she was like, no, everything's so weird. It's scary. I'm not going to like it. This was uranium glass. This was actually very cool. It does have radiation. If you don't know about uranium glass, very, very cool. Keep it don't use it. Don't eat from it. But this right here was a bunch of like old hospital stuff. Anyways, my friend ended up coming because I FaceTimed her and showed her a bunch of stuff. And she thought it did end up looking cool. This was just like a bunch of old hospital stuff. They had like crazy things that they used to use in the hospitals that nobody would want in their body. This was an armadillo bag from like the early 1900s. I think it was like 1940 something or 1980 something. Can't quite remember. But anyways, really cool bag. There was some psychic stuff. I don't know, just a bunch of interesting stuff. I know this is just, like I said, I didn't get very many good clips. There was like whimsical things there too, little witchy stuff, more doctor things. It was just random clips and stuff I thought was very interesting, and of course saving it for my personal self. And here was a squid. I wanted that thing in the top left corner that was lighting up. That is a squid in there. I wanted it so bad. And here's some more, like, I guess, preserved animals and stuff like that. She had a really cool setup. Here was some more in little jars. I love these for some reason, even though, like, what would I do with it? I feel like it's such a waste of money. Oh, here it is coming up. Look at that, stripper frogs. Yeah, isn't that so cool? And then this is the last part. This is where the video ends. This was like the gore table. Other than that, I love you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it wasn't like anything crazy, but something different. And yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to the Oddity Expo, definitely go to it. It is definitely something fun and different.